Why is there a line in between? What the hell is going on? Oh my God. Do you guys see that? What the? I don't know what's going on. There's a thing in front of me and I can't see nothing. You gotta. Oh, my live chat is up there? Why is my live chat up there smoking? Does my live chat look like it's in the center of the thing? Oh my God, this is going to be brutal. Do you see that? Is it right in my front? It's normal for you? Ah, mine is in the center of my screen. The live chat is right here. It's not down here. Can you, YouTube, could you move the live chat down? It's right in front of my face. I can't even see nothing. Oh my Jesus. I can't believe this. You know, you try to do a show. You try to show up 20 minutes late to your show every day. Hi, I'm Rob. Hit subscribe. Hit subscribe and the notification bell. You try to show up live to your show every day, and your boss, YouTube, puts the live chat right here. What is Oh my God. Oh my God. It's normal for you, okay. Primal's here. D-Breck, or DB Rec, is here. I'm not taking attendance. Brian here. I will not be. If two dogs start snoring, I'm gonna. Two dogs are snoring. Guys, I need you to hit subscribe and I need you to hit the like button. Oh my God. Stop snoring so loud. Please hit subscribe and like. Please tell all of your friends about my show. My show is good. We do rabbit holes. We should just call it the rabbit hole. The Wolverine hole. The platypus den. I don't give a fuck what we call it. I bring you some news. We do some commentary. But hit the like, hit the subscribe. We are here for the lap potatoes. Well, I am here to be very irritated that my chat starts here and I can't see nothing. My chat is in my face. YouTube, get it together, man. Like YouTube, my whole thing is like I show up late to my own show. I say the show's at 4:20 every day, but please show up late. Please do not be on time. If you're on time, like, what is going on in your life? You know, are you not a last minute person where you're like, oh shit, I could do about 8 things right now. I gotta do about 8 things all at once. And you do them all, and then you're like, all right, yeah, I'm totally late. I should have done these earlier when I was doing the other things. You know, so I'm a simple man with a simple show where I try to value-tain you. I want to value-tain you while we dissent against the government. And, you know, we put up our discussion, our debate, we put our thesis out for universal health care for all and for people to only have to work 3 days a week, 15 hours a day, like the billionaires do. You know, I want to see a working man's article in Fortune magazine where he's like, I stroll out of bed at around 7 o'clock. I hit the sauna, and then I put on my construction boots and I go lay some brick. You know, that's why I don't want to hear about these suited nepo babies anymore, and how their days are filled with micro snacking. I snack on raw cashews that a cat shit out in the Andes. You know, like I don't want to hear about that anymore. I want to hear about working people having a great life. Like, how was your vacation to Disney? You're like, it was awesome, man. We stayed on, what do they call it? On district. We stayed on campus. We got a whole dorm room to ourselves. You know, I don't know how Disney does stuff, but you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. They have dogs in clothing inside a purse. What are you talking about? So anyways, the reason I'm saying all this is because I show up late to my show here to, you know, do a professional entertainment show. And YouTube puts the chat. I know you can't see it, but the chat is right here where my hand is. You probably see it down here. It's right in my face. YouTube. I mean, I know you don't have anybody I could call about this, but my God, man, this is going to be a distracting one. So we'll try. Listen, there's some news. Remember when I was making fun of Donald Trump a while ago because he couldn't take his Qatari 1 jet because they said it wasn't equipped with the defenses? And then they interviewed him after, and all the reporters, the journalists, the craft food services people, the airline stewardess were all like, we had to put our window shades down. That was weird. And he did an interview where he's like, nobody asked me to put my window shade down. And I said there was a hero on board that ship. Plane, whatever. Because they asked him to not put his window shade down. Turns out that story was very misleading, because now what we're finding out is they shuffled this lunchbox for a president off of the plane, kept everybody in danger. Let's see if I could even do green screen. I could do green screen, but I mean, at this point, they shuffled him. I can't even read those words on there. This is going to be brutal. Oh, I'm sorry. My apologies that YouTube put the chat in the fucking center of my live stream. Gross, man. But it turns out they snuck him off in a catering truck, and they used the media, journalists, stewardess, pilots as a decoy. Now listen, I think the lamestream media, like Joe Rogan and Theo Vaughn and all the CBS reporters and whoever else, is Walter Cronkite still around? I think the lamestream media, like Oprah and Robert J. Kennedy Jr. How can you be a junior at 72 years? I guess you can. Dude's 72, and he has a podcast. So now he's lamestream media. I don't really like them. I don't think they ask good questions, tough questions. I think they play softball with these politicians. I don't think they have any media literacy or journalistic integrity. But I will say this, they are risking their lives to get the story. You know, not just being called piggy, but now it turns out the media is being used as decoys on Air Force One. They're like, all right, Air Force One is good, and we're going to go through the whole story because that's nuts. And then do you remember the rich guy that was crying because he voted to have ICE take people away? I can't even see him. Remember this guy? Hopefully you can see him. Well, they had the extended interview on YouTube, and I grabbed it. Because if you're going to tell me you're going to upload the whole... I think they heard my prayers. I think my prayers were answered. Because when this guy started crying, I was like, release the extended cut. And they did. So, we should play some of that. And then, oh yeah, here's Robert F. Kennedy, RJK He's got a podcast on YouTube. Dude. How do you just tell people not to take Tylenol because it causes autism, and then be like, you shouldn't even take vaccines? Never mind measles. And then you're doing a podcast. We're going to listen to some of this podcast because it is so garbage. Hot garbage. Propaganda network. And then did you guys see Laura Boebert's son arrested on child exploitation charges? Yeah. He was 18 banging someone underage and filmed it and put it on Instagram. That's what I've read so far. I don't know. I'm not TMZ. I don't I don't have paparazzis out in the Coloradis to figure out what this absolute creep. Remember when Lauren Boebert made all her kids take a picture in front of the Christmas tree with guns, and like the little ones were like, are we gonna shoot Santa? You know, like this is, I don't know, man. Birds of a feather. Hey, they flock together. So yeah, if you didn't see this, I'm not gonna cut this. This isn't like new, this is like, oh, another Republican person is arrested on these kind of charges. Okay, I guess another day in America. Two things you could count on, some kind of mass and a Republican getting charged like this, where they gotta be put in a special segregation unit in prison. Those are the two things we could count on. Skyjack Morgan's here. Well, g'day, Skyjack. Always reminds me of a pirate name. I love it. I fucking love it. Skyjack Morgan. How's your show going, Skyjack? How are things? Yarg. How's your show? You been growing subscribers, or is it like mine? You gain a few and then like YouTube, I don't know, shuffles a bunch off. People even come in here and they're like, hey man, I swear I was subscribed to you, and YouTube unsubscribed me. So many people call me Captain because of that. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to call you Captain unless you could prove that you've officially become a sea pirate captain, which I believe you just need a peg leg or a hook hand or a parrot. But until you can prove that, I'm not calling you captain. But Skyjack Morgan, you wonder how he got the name Sky. He used to string him up. You look like a Templar Knight, and you might not know what Templar Knights look like. Anyways. Oh, look, Jim Wilson. Jim Wilson's here every day. Tell me you're not lonely without telling me. He comes in here to hate watch me. I love it. Wait. Yeah, eye patch is pretty good proof. I don't know if an eye patch proves that, because there's that guy in Congress and then that white nationalist supremacist guy who's an eye patch, and he just shot himself in the eye, you know? You could just also be a moron. So I would not take an eye patch as proof of a captain. Peg leg, hook hand, or parrot. I'm pretty sure those are the 3 qualifications to become a... They could be captains, though. Who could be? I don't know. Captains are often morons. Well, okay. Yeah. Maki Moragani. Cheers to you and that name. Love that name. Love seeing that name. I really hate that the chat is right here, just so you guys know. You see it down here. YouTube is like, we're gonna test your bounds, man. We're gonna see if we can do a show looking directly at the chat, so you can't read anything behind you, nothing. Amazing. Thank you for that. This is great. I love this. Good quality. But I can't complain. You know, I show up late to my own show. I tell you, every day, 4:20. That's when the show starts. Am I here? No. Should you be here? No. Give it about 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes, and then we'll all show up together. I don't take attendance, but RH52925 is here. Tyler Bober is the smartest one in the family. Is he? Is this kid's name Tyler? Oh, yeah, it is. I can't even read behind the chat. And he was the smartest one, and he got busted for putting up videos of him banging an underage on Instagram, and he's the smart one? Oh, my God. He looks like he's like, you know... He was cast in fucking Superbad or something. Like, this looks like they're like, hey, we're announcing Superbad 2, and the star caught some charges. The movie will still come out, because in America, they just don't give a shit. They're like, yeah, I'm pretty sure Trump will try to pardon him, and they'll be like, yeah, it's state charges, you can't. And he's like, okay, just donate $1 million, and I'll take your state voter roll lists, and we'll fix that up. I want to talk about Mamdani, because that scares... you know, middle-aged white guys, you know, old white farmer-esque, old white guys with farmer bodies, but they've never farmed a day in their life. You know, Mamdani really, that's the demographic that is terrified of Mamdani. If you are if you were a husky child that grew up to be a husky white adult, and you have a farmer body, and people are like, hey, how was the harvest this year? They're like, I don't do that. I don't do that. Then you're probably scared of Mamdani. I've narrowed it down. We've taken some polls. We had, you know, some focus groups, and it turns out it was really chubby, husky white guys. Very scared of Mamdani. So I think we'll just do that news, and then we'll get into everything else. 24/7 loops of Sesame Street and Schoolhouse Rock in those gulags. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Wait a minute, and I can't even move the chat. Oh my God, so if the chat, something's broken with my chat. I was just trying to scroll back. Let me see if I can swipe away. No. Okay, the chat is just today. I'm sorry, guys. If I miss it, I miss it. I cannot scroll. Oh, now I can scroll the chat back. What is going on? Now I can scroll it back. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, YouTube gods. I know you're watching me on your flock cameras, so thank you. Oh, good God. What is fucking going on? Okay, let's just have a second. Oh my God. If you have a six-pack at 60 or 70, you're a moron. Yeah, tell that to RFK Jr. He's unqualified for his position and an idiot. Yes, he is an idiot. Oh my God, I'm glad people are talking about RFK Jr. Because just so you know, this guy fucking has a podcast now. This is his YouTube. How does he have 55,000 subscribers? Seriously, he did the Real Food Show. We'll get right into that after I play some Mamdami stuff, because I got to play the Mamdami Mama Dami. Because this propaganda show, like there are certain things where I'm sure there's some middle-aged woman who stumbled upon this and was like, "Ooh, I'm taking food tips from one of the Kennedys," and she goes through a bridge game and brags about it, and everyone's like, "Everybody can listen to that, you dumb bitch! Like you're not paying for him to be your life coach. Stop acting like it." But it's surreal that this guy has the time to double fist snakes, chase a yak, tell people not to take vaccines that we've been taking fucking forever. George Washington was given it as a truth, and then just do nothing else. Like poison. He's like, I don't know. I can't answer any questions about Donald Trump opening the floodgates for glyphosate or whatever it's called. He's like, I don't know. You remember when I played that audio? He was getting peppered with questions. He was like, I don't have the answers. And it's like, well, shouldn't you? Shouldn't you? Isn't that your job definition? How the fuck do you have time for a podcast? All the people who come in here go, oh, you do nothing all day? It's like, no, idiot. I'm not standing by my phone just waiting for this to happen. I do other shit. Like, is he just doing this? Because at this point, this is miraculous that we don't see him working ever. Ever. Like, Kennedy, get an Instagram account and just go to somebody's cubicle and pretend like you're writing notes. Pretend like you're taking attendance. Okay, are all my aides here? Harry's here. Harry Styles is here. Ariana Grande's here. Justin Bieber's here. Okay, those were all my aides. Just fucking act busy, dude. My God. But where's my Mama Dami? I love my Mama Dami. Here's Mama Dami. RFK Jr. wanted to be the president. He really did. He really, really did. If that's rich, I don't want it. He was born super rich. You seen the Kennedy compound in Hyannisport? Holy shit. All right, Mamdani's at work, announcing a plan to cool subway stations by capturing heat and reusing it to warm municipal buildings in the winter. The first kind of thermal energy system of its kind in any American transit system. This is amazing. And that's the wrong photo. There we go. Sorry.
This would be the first thermal energy system of its kind in any American transit system. A historic feat that would not only help the city to save money and limit steam consumption, but help us mitigate the extreme level of heat in our subway stations. Through both the renovations and the thermal energy network, we would be making these stations cool again.
That's think about how much he's done in the same time that Donald Trump's like undone democracy, the Declaration, the Constitution. I mean, how is that ballroom coming, folks? How's that ballroom coming? Is it going to benefit you? Because these transit systems and the thermodynamics or whatever they're doing in there, I don't know. He's got to have some scientists. I hope he doesn't have the Tesla guys doing it. Remember when they tried to do a subway? What they call it, the Boring Company? And now it's just like a one-lane underground highway in Vegas. Remember? And he's like, imagine a suction tube. And you go to Las Vegas in 1 minute from LA. And then he's like, I need all your tax money. And they were like, okay. And then he's like, I quit. I can't do this. Who's ever going to ride that thing? And then Mr. Mamdani, I love him. He's so good. He's going to get ish done. God, why is my chat not... There we go. God. Where's our snoring potato? She's snoring in another chair. What's up, Sim Racing? Good to see you. Good to see you. And I don't want to wake her up. RFK got a lot of dyes and chemicals out of food. I'm sure he won't mention that. Yeah, he did. He did. Did he? I'm pretty sure they have more glyphosate or whatever in food now than ever before. I'm pretty sure that cancels it out, okay? Just stop. You're like, hey, man, he got rid of, like, red dye number 47. And then Donald Trump said, open the floodgates and let Bayer Monsanto not be held accountable for all the cancer they cause at Roundup, but also let them make the poisons that they have to put on the bread and all the wheat and all the potatoes and the soybeans. Like, let them put that everywhere. Have you not? You have, clearly haven't been here when I played him getting grilled by fucking Congress, by journalists when they're like, "Thought you're making America healthy. Are you gonna get these chemicals?" that Donald Trump just allowed no accountability for the fucking chemical makers if they do poison people, and then just said, "Spray it on everything. Spray, baby, spray." You know, that was also his catchphrase at Epstein Island. Um, but are you not paying attention? Are you not paying attention? He's not here to fucking implement his. It's so funny when people are like, "Well, he's still getting his agenda done." No, he's not, and that's like articulated everywhere. There is no agenda besides what Donald Trump has relayed from Putin and Netanyahu. There's no agenda besides like, you'll keep doing the war, and everybody's gonna keep dancing for us. That's adorable that you think like RFK Jr. has a of his own. Here's Mumdani. I know people, you probably know people who are subcontracted to do deliveries through Amazon, and that's just a big escape accountability because Amazon doesn't have to. There's so many different things with this. Hold on. Where is my article? Oh, that's a good one. Ooh, here we go. Oh, and I'm not going to be able to read this because the fucking chat. Record nothing. No one is leaving NYC. Who's saying they're leaving NYC? This happened. Like Massachusetts put a wealth tax in. We put a wealth tax in, a 4% wealth tax. And guess what? Before we voted for it and before it got implemented, there were flyers every day from billionaire families. Every billionaire, every millionaire is going to leave the state. Do you want us all to leave? And I said, put a return address and I'll write you. Yes, get the fuck out. And the thing is it was a fear tactic. Because number one, whoever said like, oh, there's a great exodus, you wouldn't know that. You don't live by any of the billionaires or millionaires. They don't rub shoulders with you. So this is like something that you thought you heard and you were like, yeah, that makes sense. Like the rich people will want to leave the city that they live in and go to Delaware. You know, like, dude, there's a reason people live in New York and Boston. Okay? It's amazing to me. Yeah, they're just going to go to Maine. That's the same thing. Okay. Morons. But when they threatened to leave, when we were implementing the wealth tax here in Massachusetts, you can look this up. There's many articles written on it. It's funny the media doesn't tell you. It's funny when they talk about that in New York, they don't say, well, in Massachusetts, the millionaire and billionaire class threatened to do the same thing. And guess what? Nobody left. Not only did nobody left, but our millionaire population grew by, what was it, 39%? As soon as you tax people, you put it back into the community so people aren't struggling, they could save up and they can fucking compound their interest like the billionaires do. It turns out it's good for society. So stop being a lapdog for the billionaire class. Like, just stop. Because there are real life scenarios happening right now in the fucking state I'm in where we did it. You can get a free bachelor's degree at any community college. Every kid that goes to school gets free lunch and breakfast. And there's a shitload of money left over. But more importantly, like, none of the... I was like, oh, you're gonna leave? Good. I don't know, it's not like a threat. Like, I've never seen a billionaire going into fucking Stop and Shop. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? I love the people that are like, oh, the rich people will leave. Who cares? Your city will get cheaper. If they can't drive up prices and nobody's gonna pay exorbitant amounts, like, the city gets better for you. Like, what do you live next to one? Do you have a shanty next to a billionaire? This is the funniest fucking argument. Everybody's gonna leave. Okay, rent goes down, prices go down, the assholes leave town. Really? Wow. What does a billionaire do in your neighborhood? You know what I mean? That you're like, oh, God, I really miss Tom. You know? Never saw him. Never saw him. Couldn't see over his gates. And the high bushes he would just pay the fine for because money was nothing to him. It's like, you don't fucking live near these people. Stop. You're so silly. We were talking about Amazon, okay? So I don't know who, Sim Racing, I don't know who was saying, I don't know who was saying that all the millionaires are going to leave. Anyways, I really wish I could find, Sim, tell me who said that, because I want to know. I want to say family tree in Maine is a wreath. Ah, that's a good one. I say that too. Charlie. BS. Businesses are not leaving New York City. Yeah. You know the great exodus. All the businesses are like the financial capital of the world. We gotta get the fuck out of here, man. We're going to Tennessee. That's the new New York. Like, right, okay. Who said it? Uh oh, DA? Is it DA? DA, I'm gonna ignore all your posts just so you know. Just so you know. You're like I don't know. You're like a simple-minded troll, you know? I don't even know how to address you. I just think you have mental issues, you know? Anyways, Mamdami, let's play this, and you can read that if you could read it. Again, Charlie, I see you, Sim, you guys are just here. The chat is right here on my screen. Usually it's down here, and somehow it's up here today, so... I got an idea, DA, because I'm just gonna ignore. Like, this is the last time I'm gonna talk to DA, and chat. Feel free to ignore him as well. Here's the thing: if you're such a rabid person about whatever the fuck you're talking about, go do a live stream. You're on YouTube. You have an account. Go show your face and rattle off all these facts. You know, no one's stopping you from do that. Darn you, the free speech, F your feelings crowd. You know, like go make a bunch of shorts and get the word out about whatever your word is. And go do a live. You know, maybe you could be the next Charlie Kirk or whatever. You know, you could be Ben Shapito's little, go to my man on the street. DA, what's going on? You'd be like, you're gonna fucking believe this, man! You know, you could do that shit. You could do that. But here's the thing, man. You're on my show, and I'm gonna ignore you because it's funnier. And you had no context or content to anything. You're fucking crying because you can't regulate women's bodies. Shut your hole. You don't fucking care. Here's the thing. Here's my whole argument against you. And go do a live or a short and then tag me in it and fucking make your point. Show your face like I do, you fucking chicken shit coward. And you won't. I've been doing this for over 2 years and I ask people all the time, just go show your face and say your beliefs like I do every single day, right? Go do it. It's easy. I do it every day. 420. Be late. Be fucking late. You don't care about kids. Whatever the fuck you're saying, you don't care about kids. You don't want universal health care. You don't want no kid to go hungry. You don't want to guarantee housing. You don't want to guarantee fucking a single earner economy, which means people are paid fucking $66 an hour, working 15 hours a week, three days a week. You don't want to guarantee any of that. So I don't want to hear about you fucking wanting kids being born. Because until we start to have some civil discourse about the reality of the world that kids have to come into, or you wanting to regulate people's bodies while talking about being the land of the free, just shut the fuck up, okay? There you go, I addressed you. Are you done? Go do get out of my fucking chat and go do a short, man. You're so passionate. You're such a passionate person about protect the children. Okay, which children do we want to protect? You're gonna make me do it. Make me do it. What children do you want to protect, huh? What children would you like to protect? Would you like to protect that children that Jeff Epstein and Donald Trump are pointing at? Would you like to protect that children that Donald Trump and Jeff Epstein are pointing at? Which children would you, they're like, should we get that child? Should we traffic that one? I don't know, what about that one? Which children would you like to protect? Is this your big thing? You gotta protect the kids. You gotta protect the kids. You don't care. You don't care. It's a great little fucking look at me on my high horse. I care so much. But you don't. You don't. You don't. So I'm done. I don't have this argument with fucking morons. Okay? So go do a short. Go do a live. Go do a live. What is this breaking news thing? Oh yeah, that's right. Iran will not negotiate with the U.S. until Trump's term is done. If you didn't see that. Great news. Great news for everybody. It's a good thing we already won. Did we already win that one? I don't know. All right, Mamdani, he's helping out in New York. We got to get through this news so we could get to the actual news today, okay?
Special delivery.
Oh, I love it. I love he's in his own commercials. He catches the Amazon box. He's like, special delivery. He should have winked at the camera.
If it looks like an Amazon delivery,
and it drives like an Amazon delivery,
then it's an Amazon delivery.
Wrong.
Amazon is spending millions of dollars to convince you that this isn't an Amazon delivery. But all you have to do is see for yourself.
My uniform says Amazon.
If I don't wear this Amazon branded vest, disciplinary action will be taken against us. The workers' routes and hours are set by Amazon.
so why isn't Amazon responsible for these vans?
Because Amazon and other corporations have built a vast network of subcontractors
That shield them from responsibility. Amazon tells these subcontractors where to drive.
Who to hire and what hours to work.
I do all the work that makes Amazon all the money.
This is why I'm proud to support the Delivery Protection Act, sponsored by Councilmember Tiffany Cohen. Because if Amazon is delivering your packages, they should follow the same rules of every other delivery.
where injuries and worker accidents skyrocket.
Amazon says they have nothing to do with it.
They can't have it both ways.
By shielding themselves behind these so-called independent operators, this trillion-dollar company is able to avoid regulations on our city streets. And that's why we want to pass the Delivery Protection Act.
I hope that goes through. If you're in New York, vote for, what was her name? Tiffany Caban. I hope I pronounced that right. Vote for her. Because this, I know people that do this too. They're subcontracted through another delivery network, and they're working for Amazon. But Amazon just, like I was showing you, they could avoid paying people better. There's a bunch of stuff. So where is it? So Amazon delivery drivers paid an average of $19 an hour, while it's $35 for UPS. They're unionized, $25 per FedEx. In New York City, and they can avoid regulations, they can avoid paying people, they can avoid all this stuff, unionizing people. There's so many things, and I've witnessed firsthand people that do this, and they are running to the ground. They're treated like garbage, and it's so awful. If you are like, yeah, they should be treated like garbage, like I want you to ask yourself why. Why do you think that? Why do you think the people that, like, do you think when you order something and you're like, oh, thank God it's going to get here in 2 hours or tomorrow morning? Like, do you think Jeff Bezos gets an alert on his phone? He's like, stat, we got to make sure DA gets his fucking, Blue Chew pills or what. I don't know what you're ordering from there, We got to make sure he's getting his balloons. You order a lot of balloons? I don't know what you do. Jeff Bezos doesn't care. He's renting out Italian cities to have marriages which will not even last, they last fucking not long. His first one lasted long, but the second one did not last long. But man, oh man, I still don't get how these everyday Americans are against people who work really hard trying to just have fucking decency in their job. Decency, like paid enough by one of the world's richest men who's notorious for not giving a shit about workers and their rights and their conditions. Amazon subcontractors make $15 an hour in their own cars. Ugh, gross. That's the other thing. You guys remember when you used to be a delivery person, let's just say for pizza, and the place had their own car? Is anybody old enough to remember that? Like, there used to be like just pizza delivery cars, and then it slowly migrated, like they would have like a fixed thing on the hood, and then it slowly migrated to like, yeah, we're hiring delivery people, but you need your own car because that means you got to do the maintenance, you got to put the miles on it, you got to be reimbursed, It's insane. And then Amazon, they are not short on cash. Nobody should have to use their own vehicle. That is absolutely crazy. Crazy. Let's get to the Trump news. So Donald Trump, I reported on this story when it was a lie the first time. Let's let Fox and Friends tell you a little bit about it.
This
This was the shot that took place last month. Trump boarded the old Air Force One jumbo jet, leaving the NATO summit in Turkey. The Washington Post reporting because of an Iranian threat, the president was shuttled away in an airport catering truck. Those are typically used to move meals and other supplies on board pre-flight. Fox has not been able to independently confirm that the president was actually on a catering truck. But according to the Post, the president was then taken to a different, smaller plane, an Air Force C-32A. This was the shot.
So that's Fox News breaking it down. I got some TMZ going over it too, which is interesting. You know, TMZ like took a political turn. It's so crazy. It's so weird. TMZ is like, man, politics is so nuts. That's where the money's at. Like, that tells you something, man. You know, the money's in the politics coverage. It used to not be. It used to be boring. You know, they used to be like, yeah, Joe Biden sniffed another lady's hair. He broke up a strike. East Palestine, Ohio is, you know, it's a toxic dump now. I don't know. Happy Tuesday, you know? And now it's like TMZ is like, we got to cover this shit. That's crazy. You understand that? What's his name? Harry Weinstein. What's this guy's name? Harry something. Harry Styles. Is his name even Harry? Is it Dick? What's this guy's name? What's the TMZ guy name? TMZ guy name. Harvey. Oh, whoops. Sorry, Harvey. Harvey Levine, whatever the fuck it is. I don't care. I love this old guy doing the gossip. That's a choice. That's a choice. Harvey. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you. He's a MAGA stooge. Yeah, I believe that. I'm pretty sure most white guys this age that work out, you know, religiously so they can, I'm guessing not, you know, not to impress ladies their age, are MAGA people, you know. That's just, I don't know. I know you shouldn't judge people by their looks, but this guy, does he have an earring in? Hold on, I could play some of this.
The story of Donald Trump getting on a catering truck from Air Force One and then going on to a smaller airplane to leave Turkey.
Is he out of breath? Dude, did you just get off the treadmill? Take a breath before you... Is something wrong with him? Is Harvey Levine dying? Is his name Harvey or Harry? Harry Weinstein. I think that's his name.
Is astonishing enough. It's scary that there was this kind of a threat. But what?
God, he's really winded. He must be cutting a bunch of videos or something because he's like, he's out of breath.
One of the elements of this incredible story has kind of been tempered for some reason. I spoke to a couple of people involved in this story, and I am not sure at all why it's been tempered. I'm told there were more than a dozen members of the White House pool, reporters, along with a handful of White House staff and
Dude, does he smoke or something? I feel bad. Like, I don't think I want to play any more of this. You're watching a man asphyxiate on TMZ.
Military personnel, in addition to these uniformed flight attendants.
Yeah, nobody's tempering that part of the story. I love TMZ. They're like, babe, there's a part of the story that people are really trying to silence, man. Nobody's talking about this, that there was a bunch of staff on board. That's the whole story, dude. The story isn't like Donald Trump, the lunchbox president, got into a catering truck. That's not the story. The story is like they used civilians as a decoy, as a human shield. They were like, all right, see you later, reporters. Everybody close your window shades. Slide back into the bush, you know? Every president has left people to die. You just don't hear about it. You mean hear about it? I'm not sure every president has done something like this. And if you listen to multiple different sources like I have today, and they talked about different ways they could have engineered this, it sounds more deliberate. Also, not every president has called the media the enemy of the people. So when you use a little context, when you use the context of what was going on. You know what I mean? Who is that? Lena. We're not talking about soldiers in war. We're not talking about Benghazi. We're talking about the context of Donald Trump has been a vocal opponent, labeling the media the enemy of the American people. And when you take that into context, this has a little different of a dig. I just want you to put yourself there. You know, just imagine yourself there. And being like, oh, we were used as a decoy shield by the guy who hates us, calls us piggy, mocks the disabled ones, and also labeled us enemy of the American people. You don't think the context is fitting for that? Okay.
Who were on the old Air Force One. And for some reason, they allowed that airplane to take off and fly to London.
Yeah, not for some reason. They were like, listen, if Iran's going to attack it, let them attack this one. You know? You're also forgetting that, like, Donald Trump is a draft dodger. Didn't even go to his own son's wedding. When Don Trump Jr. married Jeff Epstein's personal accountant's daughter, that's who he married, in case you didn't know. And they were doing it on an island, I'm guessing in homage to Jeff Epstein. Don Sr., which I guess we have to call him, didn't go to his own son's wedding. You know what I mean? Think about that. Think about that. You're the president. And you're a president who just golfs every weekend. Every weekend. Let's fly in the taxpayers up to Bedminster in Jersey. You stay down in Florida and golf. Go over to my Scotland Yard golf course and I'll golf there on the taxpayers' money when he opened up a golf course on the taxpayers' dime. And so this guy isn't like, held to a tight schedule. And he skipped his son's wedding. And you're pretending like, I don't know, this guy would give a shit about people? I would say see how he treats his kids. And then let's see if he'll treat journalists who he's labeled the enemy of the American people. Go on, Harvey Weinstein, or whatever your name is.
Through Turkish airspace, when presumably there was a severe security threat such that...
That's why he did it, because he was like, I don't give a fuck about any of these people. I don't care. He did half-staff flags for Charlie Kirk and not for anybody else. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man.
Donald Trump could not take that state-of-the-art airplane to London. That's just unbelievable.
Oh, really? Is it? I love these people. Gee willikers, that's unbelievable. This guy is known to love all puppies and kids and love them too much, actually. That's what Jeff said. That's what old Epstein said. It's unbelievable. It's not. Oh my God. Dude, he sent ICE into the streets of Minneapolis to murk citizens. Like, gave the full bore and then called the citizens the enemies. You know, he sent J6ers into the Capitol. People died. This is unbelievable. Like, I fucking hate the media. They suck.
That state-of-the-art airplane to London. That's just unbelievable.
Is it? Oh, maybe you shouldn't do news if you think... Like, do you do news? Are you new to news? Harvey Weinstein, or whatever your name is. I don't know what his name is. His name's hard to remember. Harley? Is it Harley? I think his name's Harley. Listen, Harley. Are you new to news? Have you not reported on Donald Trump and his absolute lack of fucking empathy? His apathy for other humans, unless it's like Ghislaine Maxwell, where he wishes her well when she goes to prison for those crimes?
That if there was this kind of a threat, why would they let that airplane fly, Air Force One? Because the idea of putting Trump in the catering truck and then getting him onto another...
Which is hilarious. Which is also hilarious. Donald Trump in this catering truck is so fucking funny. So funny. That's the catering truck. And then it just drove to another plane. Like, this also isn't like... It's almost like Spy versus Spy. Remember Mad Magazine, where it was just like kind of ludicrous comicry? I think I made that word up. It's like underbabied. Remember Dr. Oz made the word up under baby? I had to Google it because I was like, is that some highfalutin word I've never heard of? And then Google's like, no, Dr. Oz just made that up. Shit. We're getting a lot of requests on that one. You know? What's up, Saryon? Trump stays on vacation. This whole thing has kind of been a vacation. Have you not seen him sleeping in the White House? I mean, if you're at work and you fall asleep, I'm pretty sure your boss, which is us, the American people, isn't like, hey man, wake up. Not you. If you fall asleep at work again, you're fired. And this guy's like every day taking a nap in the Oval Office. I'm like, when do we get to? That's what we need in the Constitution. We need an amendment where like the people just can fire this dude. Like you fall asleep twice in the Oval Office and you're fired. You're just fired. You're fired. You're sleeping on the job. No one's allowed to sleep on the job, right? Can we all agree on that? I remember decency in America. Everybody could agree you can't be sleeping on the job. Now I get dozy Don fall asleep every fucking Oval Office appearance because Robert K. Jr. is rambling about Tylenol or some shit.
Another aircraft. Well, what they were trying to show was that for all intents and purposes, people would believe Trump was still on the old Air Force One. And if he was still on the old Air Force One, and there was...
He's so deeply breathing, I'm concerned. I'm concerned about Harvey Weinstein. What's his name? Harley Weinstein. I forget this guy. I don't know this guy's name. I don't care. Don't tell me his name. I don't want to know. But do you hear him? He's like, people are concerned. It's like, oh my God, dude. Maybe he's vaping. Maybe at the end of this is one of those ads where they're like, don't vape. Maybe this is just a big sponsorship where he's doing a don't vape ad.
A security threat targeting that aircraft. The Iranians...
Do you hear him breathing? Is it loud enough? Every fucking... this is so distracting. I don't think Harvey Weinstein... it's Harley Weinstein. I don't think Harley Weinstein's okay.
Would have believed that Trump was on Air Force One. That was the whole point. And yet...
Oh, the breath. Like, dude, do different edits. This is a 3-minute video. Cut it down to like 10 seconds of pop. You know, just say a few words, edit. Say a few words, edit.
He wasn't, but these unsuspecting reporters, White House staff, and military...
Every breath through your nose, in between every word. I can't even focus on the message. What is he? I can't watch this anymore. I'm so sorry. I can't watch this anymore. Oh my God, I'm very sorry. I can't watch Harley Winston. Harley Winston. I can't watch Harley Winston anymore. Ha 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 ha. Oh, I gotta pull that up. Wait a minute. How much is he worth? Hargy. It's Hargy Levine. Hargy Levine net worth. 50 million. He should get one. Do you remember there was a brief moment in like 2007, right before the crash, where there were oxygen bars everywhere and you could just get free, or not free, but you pay to go to an oxygen bar and you'd breathe pure oxygen, which it's delicious. It is good. I wish that would come back. What were we doing? Oh yeah. Let me pull something up for you. Enough, Tucker. Enough. You're adorable. Adorable little Ted Kaczynski-esque mother. Alright, let's go to, who's this lady? Caitlin Collins. Oh, you spelled that weird. Kaitlan. Caitlin. Maybe it's Irish. Alright, Caitlin, tell us some news. I think I like her reporting. Okay, just saying, it says it's Hargy Lavin. Hargy Lava. Thank you for that correction. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Harley Lava.
Well, given the pictures that you can see now, it makes what the president told reporters.
I know his name. I'm mispronouncing it on purpose because I don't care. I'm putting a little disrespect on it. You know what I mean?
And that gaggle afterward all the more noteworthy.
Do you think there wasn't a security concern?
Do you know why they had us close our window blinds?
Remember this? Remember when I played this audio for you? Do you know why they had us close our window blinds? He's like, they didn't have me close mine. Pretty sure I didn't have to close my blinds. And everyone's like, you didn't? Were you on the same flight? Turns out, no, he wasn't. We all fell for it. I fell for it. I was like, oh man, who's the hero that said, sir, you could keep your blinds open. You could wave. Look up the left side, you see the straight over moves. We're passing over to 50,000 feet right now. Like, I thought that was such a cool joke to play. And turns out, no. He was like, oh, you guys are the decoy plan. But it gets worse.
Blinds, that was not usual. Well, yeah, because you're probably on a dangerous flight. Because
He said, you know why they had us close? He's like, well, because you're on a dangerous flight. You're on a dangerous flight, dummy.
the sleazebags that we have to deal with.
Because the sleazebags that we have to deal with. I thought you were going to say we're on a dangerous flight because I'm picking fights with everyone. Venezuela, Greenland, Canada. Our new friends are Qatar and fucking, what's that? Where'd they do the El Salvador? Those are our new allies. The new axis of the U.S. is Qatar and El Salvador. That's not a joke.
That Ron was possibly thinking of trying.
Well, I mean, if they asked you to close your windows, probably they feel that way. They didn't ask me to close mine, but
See, he goes, they didn't ask me to close mine. I'm sure, you know what the funniest thing about this story is? That they put him on like a ice cream truck or something and, you know, shepherded him into another plane. The funniest thing is probably like, he didn't even know, you know? He was probably in like a fucking wheelchair asleep. And they were like, all right, sir, are you ready for your flight? And he's like, yeah, it's awful quiet. I'm glad. I don't want to go answer those questions anymore. They keep asking me about Jeff Epstein. Let my friend rest in peace, you know? I'd almost bet he didn't know he was on another flight. Like, if I had some money to blow, I would have put that on Polymarket.
if they did, I would
I'm just kidding. Don't use Polymarket. It's rigged. You know, it's all rigged. Why do you think they do it?
have done it.
Were you aware of any credible threat by Iran against Air
Well, I
Force
have a
One?
threat all the time. I'm number
Well, I have a threat all the time. I'm number one on their list. But if I go, you go, right?
one on their list before you. But if I go, you go.
Ah, that is the alpha male spirit, you know? Talking to a woman and being like, you know, I'm the number one, but if I go, I'm taking you with me. You better believe that. You better, every great heroic movie, you know? I just think of any movie like Avengers, you know, Captain America. When, what was her name? Colin Jost's wife. The Scarlet Widow, or whatever. When the Scarlet Widow, pretty sure I got that correct. Good on me. When the Scarlet Widow died, Captain America's like, man, if I go, you go. I don't know how that would work out. But what was it? Hawkeye. When Hawkeye and Scarlet Widow were fighting, that was the heroic thing, right? They were both trying to take each other. You know, that's the real heroism. They weren't trying to jump and save the other one. They were both like, we're both if I gotta do it for the Infinity Stones, you're coming with me, you bitch. You know, that was the unedited version of Avengers Doomsday, I think. I don't really remember. They all blur together, you know. Captain America could pick up the hammer, whatever. But yeah, you know, just think of any heroic movie. This is typical alpha guy. Typical alpha guy. Talking to a girl. He's like, well, I'm the number one threat. I'm on their list before you, but let's face it, if I go, you go, huh? I go, you go. I go, you go. I'm grabbing you. You're coming with me. Anything happens, I'm taking you with me. That is, ladies, I just want you to think of your husband right now. And MAGA, just be quiet for a minute. Because we already know your answer. You're like, this is a very noble man. He's telling he's telling a woman that if I'm gonna go, you're coming with me. But ladies, I want you to think when you think of the perfect guy, you know, in all those horror movies, I mean, action movies, when they say come with me if you want to live, and they're not saying come with me because I'm gonna make sure if I get hurt, you're getting hurt too. women, I want you to imagine the perfect guy, and in that moment, something goes awry in America, and he turns to you and says, "Well, hey, if I go, you go. If I go, you go. You're not running in cover. Ladies first. Are you kidding? Are you kidding?" That was, I believe, the whole theme of the Titanic. You know, Leonardo DiCaprio was like, "Bitch, get off the door. I'm freezing." And then at the end, he like threw a necklace into the water for her. He's like, "I'll always forget you, Rose. Let's get out of here, sweetheart." And walked out with two ladies that were like half his age because it was Leo DiCaprio. That was the Criterion edition, if you believe that. I like to do a lot of jokes in sarcastic form, and I know some people can't pick up on those, so I haven't seen Titanic since, I don't know, 1978, I believe. Anyways, this is really heroic to hear a president say, "If I go, you go," right? Not any, like, this is the thing. He just says shit out of his mouth all the time. He just says stuff, like diarrhea. Like, the guy has verbal diarrhea. So he could have been like, "Yeah, I'm the number one on the list, but don't worry. I'll always protect, even though you're the enemy of the people, I'll take it on. I'll take all the heat for you." Like, he could have said anything, but he's such a petulant little tyrant toddler that he's like, "Yeah, but if they come for me, they're coming for you. Stand a little closer." Like, what a bitch-made dude. Because if you're just a liar, and you're like, I don't know, I said ducks get cancer from windmills. I don't know. If you just like say stuff that people could clearly look up, like, why wouldn't you just act the tough guy and be like, "Don't worry. I know it might feel a little dangerous riding with old Donnie, but I'll make sure you're safe." You know, like, you could have played any fucking card right there. And instead you sounded like the most bitch-made dude alive.
I would have done it.
Were you aware of any credible threat by Iran against Air
Well, I
Force
have a
One?
threat all the time. I'm number one on their list before you. But if I go, you go. Right?
But was there a
So
specific
perhaps,
But if I go, you go.
Okay.
perhaps someday you want to change professions.
Dude. That's so crazy. He's like, "So maybe you want to get out of this business, little piggy." Remember when he called them piggy? Remember that? Remember? Anybody remember? Do you remember when he said this? He should have ended with that. You know, maybe you want to change professions, piggy.
Right?
But was there a
So
specific
perhaps someday you want to change professions.
Piggy. He should have said that. He should have said his phrase, you know, his catchphrase. "Maybe you want to change professions, piggy." It's just crazy to me because this was like his moment. You know, he's hanging out with Andrew Tate. He's got RFK Jr. who can do like 4 push-ups, 2 pull-ups. Awesome. He's friends with Joe Rogan, who I never seen a man wear shorts so shorts. You know, he's hanging out with all the cool dudes, all of them. Andrew Schultz, Timmy Dillies. He's got Tony Heathcliff, whatever his name is. He's got all the cool bros on his team, you know? JD Vance, who's bringing back that goth eyeliner. Like, yo, if you're hanging out with all the cool bros, why not act the part? If I go, you go? Come on, folks. Mag, I really want to nail this one into your head. That this alpha boy could have taken the turn to lie, because clearly he's not trying to save anybody. You know, he's trying to disassemble America right now in honor of Putin and Netanyahu. I'm pretty sure he doesn't give a shit about anyone. He didn't go to his own son's wedding. Don Jr. finally proposed to Jeff Epstein's personal accountant's daughter. That's a real story. You can look that up. That's who Don Jr. married. I wonder how they met. Don Jr. married Jeff Epstein's personal accountant's daughter, and they got married on an island, I'm guessing in homage to the great beneficiary. And Don Sr. didn't go. Donnie Sr. didn't even go. So he ain't giving a about anybody, but why not just pretend for a moment, Don? Just pretend for one moment, Donald. Just act like a tough guy. Stop saying everyone's unfair. The media's mean to me. You're the enemy of me. Oh my God. They're not saying nice things. Like, these are all things he said. You know, and why not just pretend? He needs to go to, what is it, Charisma Online or something? There's like a YouTube channel that teaches you how to have Riz. I know, incels. You think it's like Andrew Tate University dot fucking edu or whatever. It's not. It's not. That's where it just teaches you how to like become a Romanian trafficker. But there's like some Riz online, and he should have just studied that for a little bit because he could have had all the confidence and been like, "Oh, you feeling a little in jeopardy? Am I a little too dangerous for you?" Like he could have played that so fucking cool. You know, he could have been like, yeah, it's dangerous rolling with the old Don. That's why they call me Donnie Dangerously. He could have done anything besides if I go, you go. The most bitch made, like, at that point, it's like, I guess the women are in charge of this thing? Like what are you saying? You're very scared? Just from now on, whenever you're watching whatever your favorite action hero movie is, I want you to pay attention to the script. And I want you to see if any of the action heroes are like, oh, get in front of me! Oh, God, I'm scared of those bad guys. Those bad guys are scary. And if I go, you go. Like when you watch Deadpool or the Joker, the Joker is like the incel thing. And they don't even like the good Joker. The good Joker was Heath Ledger. And the Joker ended after that. The Joker ended after that. It's adorable that whatever his name is. Joachim Phoenix. Pohenix. I think it's Joachim Phoenix. Horrible Joker. Stupidest movie I've ever tried to watch. I couldn't even watch the whole thing. I'm like, okay, so this is just mental health issues? That's it? There's no like point, rhyme, reason, and then Lady Gaga makes it a musical? What the fuck is this? You know, give me some Heath Ledger where like he died for the part. Good God. Anyways, when you're watching that horrible movie, Joachim's Phoenix, Joker with Lady Gaga, I want you to just pay attention. Even if all the mental issues he has, at any point was he like fantasizing about like, if I go, you go, if I go, you go. I haven't seen those movies, so maybe he is. Maybe he is, and the president's acting that out. But my God, people, aren't you guys like always the hero and like everything in your mind? Are you like? Isn't MAGA like the whole, like, we gotta protect the women and children, we gotta have the traditional family value? What is part of your traditional family values if you're like, listen, anything happens in this house and fucking I go, you go, all right? That should be on the Presidential Medal of fucking Timidry. Cowardice. We should have one of those. Oh, he could make a meme coin. Get yours today. Donald Trump's If I Go, You Go.
But if I go, you go.
If I go, you go. Love it. Hey, listen, you are setting a good example for all the young men out there. President Trump, we salute you. Oh, remember those commercials? What were those? We salute you. We salute you commercials. Were they beer? Yeah, they were beer commercials. Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius. Remember those? Anybody remember those? I'm not going to play it. Real men of genius. Just like the most interesting man in the world. Donald Trump is neither of those. But man, we salute you. Because if I go, you go.
But if I go, you go.
That is... Maggie, you hearing that? Is that your alpha right there? Leading the way? Leading the way. But listen, everybody that came here for me, if I go, you go, okay? That's the blood oath we're taking. That's it, folks. If I go, you go. Breaking news, Iran won't negotiate with the U.S. until Trump's term is done. And if MAGA has it their way, he's just going to be king. You know, they always are like, what do you want this to turn into North Korea? Oh, you mean just one dynasty that rules them all forever? No, we don't want that. But what are you saying, Donald Trump 2028? Go on. Oh, let's check the chat. Let's see how the chat's doing. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Rob. I live 420. Be late. Always be late. ABL. Always be late. Because listen, you're going to see a notification. Hit the subscribe and the notification bell to all. And you'll see. You'll be like, this old Rob. He's going to go live at 420. Wink, wink. Because I showed up 20 minutes late today. And I do not take attendance. DA is still here. Jesus, DA, for not being able to read the room. You are a professional at that. Cage is here. Cage is here. I don't take attendance, but I do tell people, be late to my lives. I'm probably the only, I'm setting a new trend. If you hear any other fucking live streamer, Twitch, Rumble, Vine, MySpace Live, I don't give a shit. If you hear someone telling you to be late to the live, they stole that from me. Because I'm the only one doing that. I'm saying, do not show up on time. Don't be here early. Just be late. Dude, it's life. Don't take this shit seriously. You get one of them. And the one thing you're not going to think back on is like, man, I really wish I was early. I spent those minutes sitting, looking at my clock, being like, I hope they're showing up. Like, don't. Enjoy yourself. Be drawing something. Make yourself a nice, fresh pot of iced tea. Garden. Just sing a song. Have your pets look at you like you're fucking bananas and be like, I just wanted to sing this. You know, I just wanted to sing a little Watermelon Sugar by Harry Styles. I don't get to do it at the job site. The other bricklayers always make fun of me, you know? Enjoy yourself. And then you come here a little more relaxed and I won't take attendance. Anyways. Von the Cat. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Von Dak. I like Von the Cat. That's a cool name. Donald Trump pushed out the cancer shots and built the AI surveillance system. Yay, so much winning. Trump lifted all regulations on AI tech now. People are buying AI glasses. That record pulled up people's addresses, all personal info, doctors, nurses wearing them while examining, treating patients. I haven't heard that yet. But in the UK, I think they're banning those Meta glasses. Alina, good to see you. Oh, I love this. Mr. Mr. Tard. He sure is talking about Donald Trump, and I'm glad I voted for him 3 times, and I will a 4th. Well, just thank you for showing how anti-American you are. How you don't like America or Americans. Thank you. I always love those comments. I'm like, I know you're just like trying to troll people and get a reaction, but you understand when you say that. Most people are like, oh God, that guy again. Yep, we get it. You could vote for forever. Okay. Until he takes all your money. You know? At least he stopped talking about buying that Trump meme coin. You know? I'm like, that's you, buddy. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, everybody, just so you know, too, Real Ranger is Canadian, and he pretends like, you know, I care about American issues. He probably voted for Donald Trump, too, even though he's Canadian and lives in Canada. And you know why Cuba is suffering right now? Because of the U.S. A blockade, and they've been strangling them since, what, January or so? And the U.S. since, what, the late 50s, early 60s? They've had a blockade on them. And if socialism didn't work, why would they need to blockade them? It's okay. Just show us you don't know anything about our history, Cuba's history, or Canadian history, you dumb fuck. Oh, what do we got next? What do you guys want to do? Oh, speaking of socialism, let's play this real quick because this is so funny. Love your artwork in the background. Oh, then don't let me take it away. It's not mine though. A friend's artwork. And the U.S. working class isn't benefiting from the blockade, but billionaires are. The other thing is, like, just take some time to learn about Cuba. Really. Really. Like, they fucking redistributed wealth from the wealthy people after the Che and Fidel Castro fucking coup. The revolution. And amazing things happened. And, well, why do you think America had to step in and be like, hey, our companies are more important than any kind of people? And let me just tell you something, youngin'. If you even notice what the fuck Cuba has done in spite of being cut off from the world, they're cut off from the world. The American blockade isn't just like, hey, you don't get to trade with America anymore. They're like, if you trade with Cuba, you're our enemy. So basically it was like what? Fucking Venezuela, China, and Russia that were helping Cuba? Like they were cut off from everything in the world. Like just take some time, you know? you can go through life this dumb. We do have a president who's 80 years old, oldest ever, and he's telling you dumb has a B. So I mean, you could keep making your way through life this regatted, as we say here in New England. But I would encourage you just to, like, watch a YouTube video on it. I don't know. Not one that comes from the Daily Wire Plus. Is that still a thing? Did those oil fracking brothers, are they still pumping their money into that? You know how that started, right? That wasn't like organic growth. People weren't like begging Ben Shapiro for an opinion. He got platformed by billionaires. I wonder why. But I like cool art too, thank you. I like cool art too. Where is my... Here it is. Oh, evil man. Oh, hold on one second. Oh, what the fuck? Can you guys see me? Why is YouTube so junk today? Oh my god. Oh my god, I fixed it. Oh my god, I fucking fixed it. The chat's down here now. Thank the good Lord. Thank you, Jesus, for another day breathing oxygen, getting to advocate for the people, the vulnerable, the needy, the hungry, the unhealth cared. Thank you, my Lord and Savior, spreading your good word to the people who claim to know you, who are absolutely diabolical when it comes to any of your teachings, and I'm still out here. We still here. Praise. I mean, I'm not going to say all praise be to Allah. That's what Donald Trump says. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? You guys remember that? Do you guys remember that when on Easter he was like, praise be to Allah, President Donald J. Trump? But I will say, all praise to my Lord and Savior. Oh no, fatty. Have you been summoned? Have you been summoned? Please don't knock that over. Please don't knock it over. Oh, come on. Oh, no. Tons of fun. Come here. Come here, tons of fun. Come here, tons of fun. Oh, he's a baby. Who's a big fat soul? Oh, come here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, snorts my giggles. Snorts my giggles. Don't touch the keyboard. Hold on, give me a second. I gotta readjust. Oh my god, this fatso. They shouldn't have pushed their luck and gotten bargain. That's what I mean. It's like, buddy, Real Ranger, you gotta just do some research, because that's not how the story goes. They shouldn't have pushed their luck and gotten. Oh my god, it's adorable when people just like, they're like, yeah, I read the book. Duh. God. And you're like, you didn't. You're saying shit that didn't happen. You sound like Donald Trump right now. When they were like, what's your favorite verse of the Bible? He was like, that's very personal. They're like, you like Old Testament or New Testament more? He's like, both the same. Okay. Weird. Yeah, snorting potatoes here. Real Ranger, I'm gonna just tell you, I'm done reading your comments because they're too stupid. I can't walk you through the fucking Cuba fucking saga, man. That's what I was saying. Like, there's documentaries online. You could do that. That's not my live stream. I know you need me to educate you, but I just can't. Like, here's the thing, because I would feel like laughing at you a touch. If you would like to hire me, if you'd like to pay me for an hour of my time to like walk you through this with books and sites and fucking videos, and like I could do a whole lesson with you, you're gonna have to pay me for that. I'm not personally fucking educating you on my live stream. I know you think the world exists for you, but it doesn't. Praise be to Allah. Donald J. Trump. Praise be to Allah. Your president, not mine. Oh, let's see. Breaking. Iran won't negotiate with the U.S. until Trump's term is done. Also, a new study confirms Medicare for All would save 114,000 American lives and more than $1 trillion a year. Do you guys care about the budget now? Or what about those babies that you want to save? You care about them? Because they're going to grow up and need that Medicare for All. Oh, you don't care? Oh, okay. Healthcare is a human right, and we should have Medicare for all, a single-payer system. It would cost $1 trillion less than our current dysfunctional system. Thank you, Bernie Sanders, for still at least doing shit like this. You know, thank you. Thank you. So, Mag, I just don't want to hear about how you care about people who want to protect Americans while they, what, die of fucking curable diseases in their house? You know. What were we gonna do? Oh, the Mamdani. This one's fun because, like, either they hate socialism or Donald Trump's the greatest socialist. Like, they can't figure their ass from their elbow out, and that's just the truth. Here's some, I don't know, knucklehead who's got a masshole accent. We should kick you the fuck out of this state.
Mayor Mamdani did the following. If he put price controls on product like pharmaceuticals,
Yes, we should have price controls.
Bailed.
That's what Kamala Harris was talking about, price controls. So they couldn't collude. The 3 big egg companies couldn't collude and be like, oh, there's a flu. We're going to have to charge you more. Like, that's been uncovered that was price gouging. Price fixing, price gouging. By 3 companies that own fucking most of the market.
Out farms. If he took private stakes in public companies. If he said to...
Not private stakes. Just open up grocery stores. Open up fucking... Fund the post office, you know? Did you fucking only go to private school? Because, I don't know, that's another thing.
Energy companies, you're making too much money.
And by the way, I lived in a town where the fucking energy company was locally owned and you paid much less.
If he proposed credit card caps, you would all go apoplectic, as would your viewers. That's what President Trump's doing. You could argue...
He's not doing price caps, man. In fact, he's saying, like, he's going to give us 1,500% off, which means they would pay us a bunch of money. Like, what do you... These people on Fox News are really, like, you could just say anything you want. It's fucking unreal.
He is the most powerful socialist in the country today.
So Donald Trump is what?
Viewers. That's what President Trump's doing. You could argue he is the most powerful socialist in the country today.
So should they be scared of who? I don't get that. Like, this is where MAGA, you lose me. You lose me. Donald Trump's the most powerful socialist in the country today, but Mamdani is a socialist, so we gotta get rid of him. And the Democratic socialists, so we gotta, if they take over the country, that's it. But as long as Donald Trump's doing, like, you see how you're just following one really rich dude, like he's the Pied Piper of, you know, Little St. James or whatever.
So my only point is sometimes the government does have to lean in.
Yeah, they just don't do it in favor of the people, like, you know, bailouts.
And so I would say that, you know, am I for the second home tax? I'd
have to read about it. I didn't have the time. I was looking up how great a socialist Donald Trump is.
Have to understand a little better.
Oh, well, why did you come on this segment then? If you need to understand a little bit, what do you need to understand? That you just don't want to pay any tax? Is that the understanding we've come to? This is the other hilarious thing. They're like, hey, we're going to have this guy on to talk about the tax. And he's like, I just wanted to point out that Mamdani, bad socialist. Donald Trump, most powerful socialist in the world, and it's awesome. Now we are socialists.
I don't think it's a bad plan. I certainly don't like the idea that they're going after people who don't have a second home in New York City, but they're
not
primary home. But we should be clear. President Trump ran as a populist. Now I would say he's much more of a globalist.
Well, now he's kind of just a twansy, but
doing with the war. But populism is definitely front and center. And so we have to grasp how we can take populist ideas and make it more...
Ideas? Yeah, this guy's from Boston. This guy's from Massachusetts, and he's just an absolute shill for Fox News. Go fuck yourself, guy. And that's the kind of commentary you'll get here. Hit subscribe and the notification bell and all that. Praise be to Allah, Donald J. Trump. Just in case you forgot, this Epstein client neighbor, best friend, sending him poems and birthday cards. Isn't that right, Joe Rogan? Joe Rogan, did Donald Trump send him a birthday card? Could you read some of it for me?
Enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? And Jeffrey, as a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you.
Okay, thank you, Joe Rogan. I remember when you used to read stuff like that. But also, not only an Epstein close associate, but Muslim. Praise be to Allah, Donald J. Trump. I don't know. That's what he said. Not me. Not me.
I didn't ask you a question.
Oh, well, fine. Then I will just keep moving. Keep moving on. Ooh, that's good audio, but I don't want to play it yet. What is this one? No. Let's get into a little bit of this propaganda known as the RFKJ pod. The RFKJ pod. It's awesome, guys. If you haven't been on YouTube yet, there's this thing where they're doing video podcasts. Fucking cutting edge. And not only being the secretary for health and human services in this country, but he's a pod bro. He's got everybody's got a podcast, man. You know, everybody. And I'm for it, unless it's filthy garbage propaganda like a 72-year-old who can do 3 pull-ups. Pretty impressive. You know, I wish you would have done this podcast from Bobby Ritchie's, Kid Rock. That's what they also called Epstein Island. But I wish you would have done this from Kid Rock's house, you know, the Southern White House, where he has the sauna and the indoor in-ground pool in his house. And they're just wearing dungarees. Like, that's how he should have done this podcast. I'll show you the picture of him. Because he did the podcast looking like this, you know? And that's not pot attire, you know? It's just not pot attire. I get it. Second button's undone, no tie, but come on, man. Wear the jorts. Wear the dungaree shorts. And no shirt. That's the podcast I want to see, RFKJ. You know? That's what MAGA is here for. And those Midwestern ladies. You know, those Midwestern Maha. Maha? Is that what they call it? Maha. Maha. M-A-H-A. Maha. The Maha broads. They want to see you shirt off, dungaree shorts, you know, holding the snake that you caught outside with a yak in the background.
It's not about buying a new knife set, and it's not about having all the top-notch materials and equipment. It's about just understanding intellectually how food works.
Ah, that's it. You've been doing it all wrong. Thank God Bobby Kennedy Jr., at 72 years old, is here to say, listen, stupid, I know you think organic food costs more, but no, you've just been doing it wrong. And the advice is stellar. I've already watched a little bit of this. We're not going to watch the whole thing. God, no. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to make you wish you were deaf. But this is hilarious. This episode 1 of Secretary Bobby Jr.'s podcast. Should you be allowed to do this when you're, you know what I mean? Like, is he making money off this on the side? Should you be doing this? Shouldn't this be on PBS? Oh, is that still a thing? I don't know if this... I don't like this, but this episode 1 of the Bobby Pod Jr. on the Pod Jr. network is called Real Food Doesn't Cost More. Dummies. I just added that. Secretary Kennedy podcast. He should have done some audio like the Joe Rogan. Like, hey, fight Joe Rogan all day and sleep at night. They should have done something like that. You know, that would have been cooler. Oh my God, what is this, fucking Disneyland? Get to the show.
Chef Andrew Gruel.
Andrew Gruel!
My guest today.
Oh my God, I didn't even realize his last name is pronounced Gruel. His guest, Andrew Gruel, is going to teach you that you're not eating gruel. You're just stupid. You're just stupid. It's an intellectual thing to know what food is food.
Is America's chef Andrew Gruel. And Andrew has been one of the great proponents for eating real food in this country.
Eating real food. He's been a proponent of eating real food, not fake food. No more fake food. That's why my Lord and Savior Donald Trump put glyphosate in all of your bread. And he got all the companies to not have to legally be accountable for it. Is that real food, RFKJ pod?
and for cutting through the complexity of the food system and explaining to Americans what the source of their food is.
What is the source? Like confiscate?
Thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
He should have talked to someone from Monsanto. That's more in our food than anything else.
Let's talk about what your journey has been.
So for me,
By the way,
Yeah. Here, for me, Andrew Gruel, I made a fat donation to Smolania Meme Coin, and I won a guest appearance on this podcast. I'm guessing that's how it went.
we're in Huntington Beach, California, at Andrew's house today.
Oh, dude, don't give your location away, man. You're a high-profile fucking politician, dude. What are you doing? He's like, I'm at Andrew's house. He said I could sleep here for the weekend. He's running an Airbnb out of his second bedroom.
Yes, and we just cooked an incredible meal for our new The Real Food show.
Ah, they just cooked. Why did you do that? Why didn't you do like a cooking show? Like, who's that lady? Julia Roberts. No, Julia Childs. Why didn't you do the Julia Childs thing? You know, you put on a big chef hat, you're wearing the jorts, no shirt on. That would have, listen, if you get this guy in jorts and a chef hat and no shirt, and he's like, today we're going to be cooking, no gloves. This podcast calls No Gloves with Bobby Kennedy. It's real hands and your real food. I would have fucking watched that. Are you kidding? I would have hit subscribe.
And you'll see when you watch it why Andrew is such a superstar. We cooked a salmon meal, salmon cake meal.
Salmon cake? Dude, what? Can't have dessert for dinner. But I don't think he got the memo. Donald Trump said you're allowed to have one piece of chicken, one broccoli, one tortilla, one bean or something, and then a special thing. So salmon was not on the list. Like, you can't. In America, you're not allowed salmon. The president deemed that. He made a regal oath of one piece of chicken, one broccoli, one tortilla, and a special something for your supper.
For $5 using fresh caught Alaskan, wild caught Alaskan salmon.
And don't mind the mercury in it. It's real.
And you can make the same meal.
Again, this is called Real Food Doesn't Cost More. I just want to put that because the episode is called Real Food Doesn't Cost More. So he says it's about $5 for whatever.
Salmon cake meal for $5 using...
$4 or $5 using...
fresh caught Alaskan what?
I don't know the price of salmon because I don't eat salmon. I'm not about to mercury poison myself with PFCs or whatever. PFPs, elemental Ps. I'm not getting myself the mercury plastic poison. Nah. I don't eat nothing out that fucking ocean.
Wild caught Alaskan salmon. And you can make the same meal for about $2.50 using canned salmon.
Wait a minute. The whole episode, we are a minute 14 in, and this guy's fucking, he named the podcast, well, the episode, sorry. The podcast is called the Kennedy Jr. Experience or something. I don't know. The thing is, the Real Food Show, Real Food Doesn't Cost More. That's the episode title. You can go and look right here. Real food, affordable price, whatever, da-da-da-da-da. I can't see it, but when you click not on home, on videos, I should have done that. Damn it. It said Real Food Doesn't Cost More. Andrew Gruel. This is almost like a cruel joke. Like, this is karma being like, oh, you want the reflecting pool to look nice and blue? Why don't you hire Green Water Solutions? And then he's like, you want to eat real food? Here's Andrew Gruel. What kind of fucking sick people are these? You know? I want a show with Tom fucking Cupcakes, you know? Not Andrew Gruel. But the whole show, the reason I'm going on a little tirade here is because he said real food doesn't cost more. And by a minute 14, he's already telling you real food cost more. He's telling you. He's like, we made it for about $5 with fresh caught Alaskan. So delicious. But you can make it with the canned shit for $2. So real food does cost more. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I swear to God, we have a stupid epidemic in America.
You'll see when you watch it why Andrew is such a superstar. We cooked a salmon meal, salmon cake meal for $5 using...
For $5 using real salmon fresh. I fucking jumped in like I fought the bear's cousin that Central Park made disappear. I fought that bear's cousin to jump in front of its mouth and grab the salmon. I said, let's go make a cake. So $4 or $5, but real food doesn't cost more, does it? So
fresh caught wild caught Alaskan salmon, and you can make the same meal for about $2.50 using.
With what? Imitation salmon? Dude, why would you, I can't watch anymore. I'm sorry, this is stupid. You can't in the thing be like, oh man, you're just dumb. You think real food, you dummies. I'm gonna make a whole video series, a whole episode. How long is this shit? 15 minutes telling you that, oh, you can get real food, real organic, fresh from the farm chicken for the same price as canned chicken. A minute and 14 seconds in, he's already said, we caught the salmon fresh. And that was about $5 a pound. But you could have it out of a can, imitation or whatever. We don't give a shit for about $2. That's right. On here on Real Food Doesn't Cost More. That's it. That's all I'm going to play for you because I'm not going to make you stupider. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to make you any more dum-dums. Okay? No more, I say. No more. I'm being heroic. If I go, you go. It's kind of the motto here, you know? Taking after the president. If I go away from RFK Jr.'s show called Real Food Doesn't Cost More, let me tell you how it does cost more, then you go away from it. I don't know. Oh, by the way, Todd Blanche is head of the DOJ, and he has not released all the Epstein files. I know you think he has. He hasn't. He is not. And this guy says it. What's his name? Robbie something. Old Robbie Garcia. That's this guy.
What grade do you give Todd Blanche handling the Epstein files?
I give him an absent because he's been absent-minded dealing with it.
Oh, it's an F. I mean...
No, worse than an F. He didn't fail. Give him a C for criminal activity, cover-up.
I mean, is there anything lower than an F is what he would get?
Yeah. You can give him, what is it? What is it lower than an F when they're really telling you to go fuck yourself? Like a sticker or something, you know?
I mean, look, half of the files have not been released, to be clear. Half.
Okay, thank you. Now let's hear from Todd Blanche on the Katie Miller Show. How is this a thing? This is Stephen Miller's wife. Bitch is almost as tan as me, and she probably got some very foreign last name originally. How is this allowed? They all have these wives and then complain.
Feels like a massive cover-up.
That they feel, but here's the thing. Over the summer,
I hate this timeline that this is Donald Trump's criminal attorney who's now the head of the Department of Justice, who's supposed to be representing the people, but is on retainer by Donald Trump because he catches a charge. He's on Stephen Miller, the shadow president's wife, who's brown, but Stephen Miller hates brown people. Maybe that's why he married her, you know? Like a higher learning type thing. Remember that movie? He's on the shadow president's wife's podcast lying to the people about the Epstein files. Like, this is the worst fucking timeline. And there are people that, like, I guess tune in and they're like, wow, look at that guy's socks. Look at that guy's socks. He's a trustable source of information, you know? For all the people that say, like, look at your hair or what, I don't even know what you say about me. I just don't care, so I don't pay attention. But I'm guessing you're either thinking I'm bald or thinking my hair like, you know, there's no win with you. That's what I've realized. Like, do you want me bald? Do you just want me? Is that it? 'Cause there's a better way to go about it, gentlemen. Look at this fucking guy's socks. You can't critique me, and then this guy's wearing, what are those, Christmas socks with a green shirt? I mean, a green tie? Get the fuck out of here. These people are the worst dressed people, and they have all the money. All the money. And that's how he dressed today? Oh my God. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead, Todd Blanche.
massive cover-up. You didn't release it.
Massive cover-mum? What do you say?
Over the summer, massive cover-up. You didn't release any files. 2 months later, we...
No. No, massive cover up was cover mom, whatever he said. A massive cover up was because Pam Bondi was like, I have all of the files on my desk. And then like a week later, she was like, the Epstein files don't exist. What makes you think that? That was the cover up part. That was the cover up. Do you remember when you released to the libs of TikTok all those folders with nothing in it that said Epstein Part 1? And then Pam Bondi came out and was like, there is no such thing as the Epstein files. What are you, stupid? Stop listening to Joe Rogan. He's an idiot.
We released all the public files that we were able to release.
That's not true. That is not true.
The public said that's not enough. We want...
No, they said the Transparency Act, you're breaking the law. You need to release all of them and redact the victims' names, not your friends' names like you did.
more. We said we can't do any more. We went to the judge and said, can we please release the grand jury?
Oh, yeah, we went to the judge and we said, please, please let us release some more. Donald Trump's all over this thing and he owns all of us. He owns all of us. We got to tell him he smells good and he doesn't. He doesn't. And he keeps buying us shoes too big. And he bought me these socks. Maybe Donald Trump bought him those socks. You know? Hold on. I'll address that. Daniel. Hey, why are you a homosexual? There's nothing wrong with that. Why do you think there's something wrong with that, Daniel? Were you raised in a home where you had to suppress that? Were you, Daniel? Were you? I choose to be straight. I love you, Charlie. I love you, Charlie. That's a real man. Not scared to show his love for anybody.
The judge said, no, you cannot. Still a massive cover-up? Okay, fine. Let's pass a law that requires us to release everything. Okay, do it.
No, we won't. We're not going to. Donald Trump said, you got to shred those documents, man. I'm all over that shit.
He did it. Still a massive cover?
No, you didn't. There's over 3 million files. There's gigs of video. Like, this is what I mean. These, like the Joe Rogan, the Stephen Miller's Wife podcast. Is that what this is called? Stephen Miller. Hey, welcome back to Stephen Miller's Wife podcast. We're here to just, fill your heads with nonsense. This guy's in charge of justice. He is on retainer from Donald Trump's criminal activities. He can't represent Donald Trump and the American people. He should be in prison. I want to see this guy in prison. That's all.
I mean, at some point, I don't know what to do to make the American people...
You do. It's release the files, especially the ones with Trump in it. The ones where you know what he did. You know what he did.
Understand that we have been more transparent. President Trump, Attorney General Bondi, has been more transparent when it comes to Epstein by 1,000,000 times than any of our predecessors. And so instead of saying, thank you for being transparent, you're saying it's still...
Instead of saying, thank you for being transparent, you should have said, thank you. I love you, sir. Oh, I didn't have it ready. Oh, sorry. Oh, my God. Instead, Todd Blanche, you are a funny guy. Thank you. I love you, sir. Somebody clip it for me. Somebody clip it.
I love working for President Trump. It's the greatest honor of a lifetime. I love you, sir.
It's
The biggest bet is to journalists to try
No,
to...
I don't want that. I just want the clip video. Where is it? Where is that? Here.
2 questions.
A big supporter of this department, like she was working for President Trump. It's the greatest honor of a lifetime. And if President Trump chooses to keep me as acting, that's an honor. If he chooses to nominate me, that's an honor. If he chooses to nominate somebody else and I go back to being the DAG, that's an honor. If he chooses to nominate somebody else and asks me to go do something else, I will say, thank you very much. I love you, sir. So I don't have any goals or aspirations beyond that.
I don't have any goals or aspirations. You certainly don't. Man with the spine saying, and if he fires me, I'll just say, thank you, sir. You're an honor and I love you. I love you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I love you, sir. That's the guy leading the Justice Department saying, "Thank you, I love you, sir," to Donald Jeffrey Epstein Trump. Is that what the J stands for? I think so. Before we get to that, I really want to listen. This is a selfish indulgence, okay? Selfish indulgence. I have to do it. I have to do it. Because this guy, remember this guy? MAGA voter through and through. Thought it could never happen to them because of the eye color, the skin color, and the money. It was like, no. Well, they have an extended interview. Man who voted for Trump calls for fiance's release after ICE arrest. Oh, man, this is awesome. We're just going to play some of it, okay?
When you and Yasmin tried to fly to Vegas.
We were going to a furniture convention. We have some construction in Mexico.
Oh, man, a furniture convention. I'm sure that 45-year-old just loves going to furniture conventions with 70-year-olds. That sounds like a weekend away. Hey, what do you guys do? Oh, we're going to a furniture convention. It's going to be amazing. Look out for J.D. Vance. He'll be the guy with no pants.
Mexico City, and we were needing furniture. There was line at the airport was really long, and they didn't
What?
have premier access.
They didn't have the premier. I hate mingling with the poor folks. Just so you know, MAGA, this is like who you defend, you know? These are the people that thought Donald Trump was like, they were like, oh yeah, we gotta get the poors to believe that Donald Trump's gonna do something. This is the guy that's like really convinced. You know, he'll allude to it in different ways throughout this interview, but this is the guy who the premier line, you know, and I know you've maybe taken it once, you know, you got upgraded or something. You know, they canceled your flight after you waited there for 3 days in O'Hare, but I'm talking about this guy's like the premier line. They know me by first name when I go to my furniture conventions.
So we signed up for Clear, and after signing up for Clear, we went to the United Room. After leaving the United Room...
Oh my God, how does this 45-year-old deal with this dude? Speak faster. I didn't fast forward this a little. Good God, man.
8 officers, ICE agents, swarmed Jasmine and detained her, didn't tell us why, and rustled her off into a car.
They did not give you an explanation, John?
No explanation was given.
Did you ask to speak to their manager?
The officers, the agents in question, did they identify themselves?
No, they didn't.
What's that feel like to be treated like a minority, John?
When you saw that unfold, what went through your mind?
Well, I was just in total disbelief. Nothing like this has ever happened to me.
We can tell.
You know, I have several businesses. I'm law-abiding, and I pay a lot of tax.
When you saw Yasmin being taken away, essentially, and arrested, how did you feel?
Well, I mean, I sat down outside, and I just shook my head in total disbelief.
Yeah, he was like, fuck, I just took 2 Cialises. Oh my God, what am I gonna do?
Couldn't believe it.
Did they tell you where she was being taken?
Later on, an officer gave me an address of Greens Road location.
He was like, it was kind of like a trap house. I don't know. It was very weird.
Detention center.
And before that incident, had Yasmin ever been in trouble with the law?
No, never.
She has no criminal record.
No criminal record.
Yeah, this is like a common story. John, you should check out the Americans they've deported, which they have. Like Vietnam vets that they sent to different countries. Like, that's a thing too, John. You should get your fucking head out of the furniture conventions.
No.
Why do you think then, John, that she was arrested?
Well, they claim she overstayed her visa, but she filed an asylum visa, and all their filings were timely. Really had no reason to arrest her.
She's been following the process.
She was following the process to the letter of the law. I might also say it took them 10 days after that in which to file charges. We could not get any answers out of them. We had a court hearing. Our hearing was canceled because ICE had not filed any paperwork on her.
If Yasmin does not have a criminal record, if she has a pending case like you mentioned, why would ICE arrest her then?
Because she was brown.
I have no idea.
Oh, you have no idea. John, you didn't make that much money being this stupid.
Obviously, they just ignored it, you know? And that's the way they've been doing this whole thing. They do whatever they want and ignore the truth.
Well, that's who you voted for, John. Am I speaking at your pace? Like, it's amazing that he's like, they do whatever they want, ignore the truth. And I voted for the guy who was telling me he knew nothing about Epstein, that he would release all the files. I voted for the guy who said my energy prices would be cut in half. I voted for the guy who said no more wars were the pro-peace ticket. And I can't believe this.
Do you think, John, that this is all about meeting a certain arrest and deportation quota, if you will?
I think it's about some kind of quota. And somebody's either making some money out of it or...
Yeah, that's how the detention centers in America work, John. Oh, Johnny boy. That's good to see. What we're witnessing here is a 70-year-old man waking up to the system that he got to skirt with white privilege for so long.
Or hitting the numbers that they need to hit.
Somebody who you wanted and you planned to marry, had she not been arrested?
Well, had she not been arrested, we would have gotten married. How do I feel? I feel totally betrayed. I mean, you never think, or I never thought a guy like me would ever be involved in anything like this.
What's a guy like you, John?
If you had a chance, John...
Oh, you missed. You swing and a miss, reporter. What are you, new? They just give you this beat? They were like, this is an easy story. You should have said, what's a guy like you? What's a guy like you, right? That's what you would ask. I want to have my dog do interviews for me. I'll pump you the fucking good info and you just ask it to him, okay? Nobody can deny you with that face. Nobody can deny this, cutie.
To talk to the ICE agents involved in deciding what to do with Yasmin and whether to release her, what would you tell them?
Well, they had no right to detain her, okay? We went before a judge this morning and he denied a bond because he said he didn't have the authorization to do that. What I would like is at least put her in an ankle monitor and let her out.
And you would help her comply with the process, if that is the case?
Oh, yes. Oh, most definitely. I don't care what size bomb they want. I can put it up.
Oh, this is a little humble brag. He's like, I don't give a fuck about the bond. Go ahead, do your worst. Do you know how rich I am? I'm filthy Texas rich. I'm so rich I didn't think this would happen to me. You know, that's what he's saying. Daddy Ilo! Welcome, comrade. Appreciate you. Appreciate the support. I'm supported by viewers like Cage, Smoke Blondie, Daddy Ilo. You can support too, knowing someone. Good to see you, man. Dusty, I haven't seen the chat in a minute. I'm so sorry. I'm really enthralled with this. This is better than a primetime movie back on a Saturday night when we only had fucking 6 channels.
You know, Yasmin is not the only person without a criminal record we have seen arrested by ICE, including at airports across the country.
How does it make you feel? You voted for that, John.
In recent weeks, the administration publicly says that they're going after the worst of the worst, hardened criminals.
That's why they're going to Home Depots and immigration hearings.
Gang members.
That's why, you know, this stuff is very, very much at airports where, you know, all the hardened cartel members travel through. Duh. Ah, shit.
Deciding what to do with Yasmin and whether to
criminals, and they've had a 300
across the country in recent weeks. The administration publicly says that they're going after the worst of the worst, hardened criminals, gang members, rapists, murderers.
That's not true. They've had a 30% decline in criminals, and they've had a 300% increase in law-abiding citizens.
Where are you getting your numbers, John? Huh? Plus, if they were going after criminals, wouldn't they be going after the Epstein clientele? Dun dun dun. No, just kidding. Todd Blanchard was like, we're not arresting my boss.
It's just easy, soft pickings, and for that reason, I'm thinking there's a bonus, some kind of quota.
Really? You think there might be a bonus involved? Did you not read about them trying to bonus ICE agents like to the wahoo? Do you not hear about how they're trying to give ICE more and more money with our tax stuff? Okay, John, you're figuring it out. That's okay.
Whatever. They're picking up 30 to 40 people out of our airport here in Houston.
Well, John, has anybody ever considered that that's where the most dangerous people go? Common sense, you know? Like, if you're a hardened, wanted criminal, part of the cartel, how are you going to travel? Through the airport. Easy street. John, use your head.
A day.
Who are not criminals.
Who are not criminals.
How do we all know that? That's every time I'm at the airport, I'm like, Jesus, look at all the cartel members here. Everybody's goddamn premier cartel members.
Right.
What would you say to somebody watching at home who may think, well, John, he's criticizing the president or the administration on this issue of immigration because of political reasons?
Oh, I'm definitely not. I voted for Trump.
Well, you're getting the day you voted for, John. And that's all we wanted to see. It happened to you. See if you could fucking smarten up.
No, I'm not. I am saying that they are picking up law and abiding.
He's like, no, I'm MAGA, but like, guys, it happened to me. Who would have thought? You know, like, these people that believe in Trump really think like, oh man, if it came down to like, you know, them or another American, Donald Trump would ask them to like show their MAGA hat and give a fuck.
Being citizens, they're destroying families, jobs. I mean, I see.
God, he sounds like a goddamn woke communist. Harden up, John.
Ladies standing in line to see their kids over there at the detention center. And by the way, all the posters in the detention center about libraries, that's all a lie. They don't have any of that in there.
Yeah, there are no posters of life. What is he talking about? Well, they just put up reading rainbow posters. They're like, hey, man, look, this is the LeVar Burton. Take a look, read a book. No, we're not going to give you any books. We're just putting up posters about it.
You underscored, John, that you voted for the president in the most recent election, I assume.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that again.
Well, here's the thing, John. You know, in America, you shouldn't be able to do that again. I don't know.
After this fiasco, this was like the Gestapo.
Yeah. Goddamn woke communist John Republican.
And that was going to be my question. Do you regret that vote?
I do now. Yes, sir.
Yeah, as soon as it happened to me, I was like, whew, never again, huh? We'll never forget. I love that. John's like, no, it happened to me, so okay, now I see what the country was whining about. All right, fine. He is one of the worst. Oh, man. Jesus don't like these people, you know?
I don't know what's happened to him. I think he's hit with a little dementia or something.
Oh, he's still excusing it. Yeah, Jesus don't like that, man. You could just be like, no, I see the way of my error. However you say that in Texas. And be like, I'm sorry, and this is horrible. And I thought because I was as white as Donald Trump that I would not be affected, and I didn't give a fuck about all the people in that detention center that I had to witness with my own eyes. And I need to try to work on myself. That's what I want to hear from John.
When you voted for the president, he was promising mass deportations, a crackdown on illegal immigration. Some people may say this is what mass deportations look like.
They're not law-abiding people. You know, let's go after the criminals.
What is this guy on? Dude, give it up. Give up the whole, like, yeah, we gotta just find the criminals. It's like, dude, the whole operation is airports, immigration hearings, and outside of Home Depot. I don't know. I get it. In this day and age, the criminals are like all at the White House and they think like crime is legal, so they're just doing shit out in the open. But most of the time, criminals are not like hanging outside of Home Depot for work. You know, they're not going on fucking commercial airline flights.
They're not going after the hard guys.
Oh, hey, watch your language. This is a show I'm doing over here. You're on CBS Today or whatever.
That's too difficult. It's easier to pick them up at the airport.
Yeah, because they're a bunch of fat slobs, the AI guys. The ice
My
guys.
Bluetooth gold just kicked in.
Oh my god, why is it fucking... What ad is this? Oh, Blue... I said Blue Chew earlier when I was making fun of DA, and look, now they're like, hey, we heard you. I swear to God, they're listening all the time. You can't say anything. We can test that out. No, I always say I hate AI. Usually it's AI commercials, because I'm like, fuck you, AI. And they're like, hey, do you need an AI assistant? I'm like, why don't you suck it?
You know, she has led me in the right way. She's focused me more on my religious path. I mean,
I hate when these guys who are like, I'm MAGA, or like, I'm on my religious path, you know, to take the snap from children. I'm on my religious path. Like, no, you're not, dude. She's not focusing on nothing. She's half your age, bro.
Jasmine's good as gold.
Oh, I love this.
And I assume you miss her a lot.
Yeah.
I miss her tremendously.
Cry.
Tremendously.
Cry.
Were you able to see Yasmin today, John?
Cry.
No, because...
Keep pushing them, reporter. You're doing good. Were you able to see her? How much do you miss her? I love this part.
Because they told us they allow 4 in there. We get there, they said, no, we only allow 2. So I let Jasmine's mom go in and a lady from the attorney's office. And hopefully I'll get to see her on FaceTime later on.
I assume it must have been really difficult.
Oh, so she has FaceTime in there. I guess they're not really criminals, are they, John? Isn't that like some Republican shit? Oh, they can FaceTime? Boo.
Being there, but not being able to see her.
Yes, keep pushing. I like this. Now I like this reporter. He's like, what was that like, waiting outside, lonely, coming back and her mom having her scent on her? What did that feel like?
Yes, sir. It sure was.
What's the plan now, John?
No, keep pushing. You almost had him there, man.
The plan now is to get her released on an ankle monitor.
Yeah, good luck with that. I don't want to hear any more of that shit. When does he cry? Did they take the crying out? Yeah, they took the crying out of this one.
Yeah. And now I'm 75.
No.
They can do anything
Wait, now he's
they want.
75. Originally, they reported he was 70. Or did I just look it up wrong? Because she's only 45. Oh my God, you're 75? That is gross, sir. Let her be. She's probably happier at the detention center.
Seriously, it reminds me of a Gestapo system. I would never have thought the United States would act this way.
No. A lot of people were saying that, you know. It was Project 2020. There was like a lot of foreshadowing that was happening, John. A lot of it.
And this is not what you voted for?
No, sir.
Okay, you did. Use your money to fight against it. God, he's got a tear in his eye. I gotta see this.
No, I was put in jail one time when I was 18 for drag racing on a highway, but that's it. System. I would never have thought the United States would act this way.
And this is not what you voted for?
No, sir. That's not what I voted for. It's not what I believe. Not what I believe the American system should be.
It's really difficult, huh?
Yep.
Oh!
Yep.
Oh!
Have you ever...
Oh, they edited this thing together because he's totally crying. He's crying like a baby. Oh, I thought MAGA didn't cry. And they all say, like, we don't care about your feelings. I do care. I think that's horrible that his wife was taken. But I got to make fun of him because, you know, he wished this upon other people until it happened to himself. So at this point, you know, if you're going on the news, to cry, you should have acted like Liam Neeson and taken. Be like, I got one fucking specific skill right now. I've spent all my money at Joe Rogan's judo training courses where they take Hollywood elites and make them into assassin comics. And I'm going to bust her out.
In your life gone through something like this?
No, sir. No, sir. No, I was put in jail one time when I was 18 for drag racing on a highway, but that's...
I was put in jail one time for using the colored-only water fountain. Oh, man, that was horrible.
That's it. And now I'm 75. You know, like...
Gross. Again, stop bringing up your age. Ugh, your wife is 45, that poor woman.
Got a letter from my doctor. I have macular degeneration in both eyes. I get a shot every month. And my doctor advises me not to drive.
Oh, I thought he was going to say to stop crying so much. but not drive. Yeah, that makes sense too.
Jasmine was my driver. She drove me to the.
Oh, so that's how the marriage works. She's like, do you want to go anywhere today? Or you sit your blind ass down. Give me some money.
Office to wherever I needed to go.
Furniture conventions. That's where they were headed when she got detained.
Now I don't have that.
Tell us about the work that you do and the work that you've done in
75 in this economy, but Smoking Blondie, he is a rich Texan. You know, he said whatever bail they could put, I've got that. You know, he did a little, he threw a little fucking riz out there for her. Because she's going to be embarrassed when she sees this interview, you know? She's like, you cried on camera to get me back? No, you threaten all of ICE. You go on the news and you're like, I'm glad I have your attention. Focus right in my eyes. I have one particular set of skills that I will use to break her free. You know, even if you don't mean it. At this point, just everyone lies. The president's lying all the time. You just say shit like that. People are like, whoa, have that guy back on. And you get a full-time job at CBS News. And then you can report on it every day. You can be like, Jasmine is still taken. Liam Neeson, I'm requesting your help, you know?
Texas for some time now.
No, listen, I have like 1,100 billboard faces. I'm pretty good size. I'm in Texas, a little bit, New Mexico, and Louisiana.
What? Is he a billboard guy, or did he put up billboards like, hey, please bring Jasmine home? I can't figure that out.
I have a hotel, a restaurant, a big event center in Mexico, San Miguel Allende.
No, San Miguel Allende. Hey, if you're ever down in Mexico, stop by San Miguel Allende and tell him John sent you.
And so I'm down there quite a bit. I have a ranch.
Okay, Jesus. I like how the reporter's just like he's using the silence is power thing, and this guy's like, and I got a ranch. That one's right next to Zorro. If you know what I mean. Wink, wink.
I have a pretty good sized ranch.
All right, show off. Jesus Christ, no wonder you voted for Trump. You're like, I'm untouchable. I own everything. Here and south of the border. Speaking of, we're going to buy south of the border.
You know, I have exotics.
Exotic what? What ranch of exotics? This is getting a little obscene.
I have pivot systems.
Pivot systems? What the fuck is that?
And I have 500 mama cows.
Mama cows? Holy mama cow. Oh my God.
So you have the means to care for Yasmin and...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why she's with him. She's like, and you have what else? Yeah, I'll touch that thing. Okay, gross.
Make sure she can pass the process.
Yeah. She's like, could I get a little dose of that blind thing you're going through? The Macau.
Yeah. Shoot, I got the means. I got a pretty substantial financial statement. Yeah.
How do you think I got her, man? Like, duh. I don't think you met at like a club, you know?
There ain't no bond too big that I can't put up.
All right, you've already said that once in this interview. Jesus, John.
You know, I asked you before, John.
A lot of people are struggling with gas prices right now, John.
What you would say to ICE regarding Yasmin's situation. But if you had a chance to talk to President Trump, for example, directly about Yasmin, what would you tell him?
I'd say, what are you doing? You know?
Pivot systems are automated machines that get couches upstairs. Ooh, cool, thank you. He's got a whole shitload of pivot systems, you know? He's got a whole system of them. What would you say to Trump, John?
No. You make a promise to people and you take the easy way out.
Yeah, but that's his whole life, dude. You think he's changing at 80 years old? It's just like us watching you at 75. Like, oh, are you really waking up or you just want Jasmine back? And then you're like, fuck everybody else.
You know? Go after the criminals. We're all for that. But...
Oh, yeah. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I gotta bathe the mutts. Just pay Trump to get her out. How hard is that? Thank you, Primal. It's like, dude, just buy like $1 million worth of his meme coins. Stop talking about bonds. That's not how any of this works in the Trump regime. You buy the meme coin, you let him know, you go to the fancy Walmart steak dinner, and then he's like, all right, turns out, Jasmine, you're free to go. What are you two doing? Okay. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bells to all. Hey, please come over here. Good girls. I'll take you out. Okay. Everybody's getting washed up. I'm surprised he hasn't paid for the... Oh my God, the gold Trump citizenship card. $1 million. That's it. That's all you got to do. You buy the Trump... Who was it? One of them rappers got it. Cardi B or something. Remember, she held up the gold card. She's like, this is my gold Trump card. Why didn't he just pay for that? What a dummy. John, do you not know how this regime works? Dummy. I don't know. That's a great point, Smoking. We should find his email. You know, go to Habarobada or whatever it is, restaurant in Mexico, and be like, hey man, I need you to send this to John. It's a note and saying, you dummy, just buy the Trump gold card and you can have anybody here for free. Sure, this guy has $1 million in his couch cushions. Yeah. He probably can find a good couch though, you know, if he's a furniture guy. All right, you two, you guys are behaving? Okay. All right, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out. Don't forget, tomorrow, 4:20, be late. Be late.